You can really look at the history of this project and see in microcosm the eras of 20th century urban planning. The thing that's really striking is that the 1961 bridge comes out of a moment in American urbanism in Charlottesville history when city builders and traffic engineers and highway planners were doing all that they could to try to make sure that vehicles and residents could get out of the city, that they could suburbanize easily. And they thought that the only viable way of maintaining the city was to accommodate the suburban trend by simply plowing corridors through the city. And in many places, that was the seeds of the destruction of a compact, dense, vital urban center. Charlottesville had thrived and survived for hundreds of years, since 1762, by basically having a dense pattern of a walking and pedestrian city. The thing that people value most highly in Charlottesville is the intimate feeling of streets that are 33 feet wide on the north-south. The east-west streets are 66 feet wide. The blocks are 1 acre. There's a good, intimate quality of that 18th century city plan in our downtown that people are flocking to. They admire that, they love that, and that's because that's a cityscape that was built around the imperatives of the human body walking rather than of the human body carried by automobiles, where you're constantly searching for where to hide your 350 horsepower when you're then willing to become a pedestrian. When will we start building the city in a way that can have us rely on mass transit, on pedestrians, on bicycles, on easier connections? There are other more humane ways of building and working with a city that include a broader vision, not a single purpose vision of simply automobiles, 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 but a vision that has people as pedestrians, people as users of mass transit, and the tight connections that can be woven between residents and shopping and cultural and civic life of the city. That it shouldn't be something always mediated by the wheel of a car. History's on our side. In the 1905 bridge from Belmont to downtown, it was a bridge that built the connections between neighborhood and the center of the city, was part of a City Beautiful movement. It was concerned about the building blocks of neighborhood and community. The 1957 to 61 bridge was concerned with none of that. It was a single purpose bridge. It wasn't connected to a park, to a gateway to the city, to a new railroad depot, to a concern about the way in which people move through and to the city. It was concerned with one issue: providing a circumferential route that gets past the city. And it's very notable if you follow the course of this bridge. Just as it approaches the downtown, it suddenly veers to the east, getting away from the downtown. That's nothing that the 1905 bridge did, and we really should be thinking about not simply how to build a bridge, but how to build a city that is stronger and more vibrant and more vital. It's about the nature of our community, the way in which we facilitate growth, about our vision for the future, our relationship to the natural environment, our relationship to other citizens, our relationship to the public government. That's what is so beautiful about these processes, where someone comes up with the brilliant idea of, let's have a public competition for this bridge. It begins to erode the possibilities for doubling down on a monocultural, single-use type of development that actually jars people to look afresh at a situation. These are messy processes that we unleash, but we're trying to encourage an urbanism that merits that kind of complexity, that kind of diverse input, because that's what makes cities great. And that's the level of discourse that you want. You want people engaged, understanding the main issues, and being able to use this particular project as a way of articulating and delivering on a vision for what makes a city really work, what makes a city really deliver the services and the quality of life for the people of Charlottesville.